Country singer Garth Brooks has said he would crawl, fly or swim to Ireland to beg the Taoiseach that he be allowed to play 5 concerts at Croke Park. At a news conference in Nashville this afternoon, the singer said he would do whatever it takes to ensure the concerts go ahead. Efforts continued throughout the day to try to resolve the impasse, which arose when Dublin City Council licensed just 3 of the 5 planned concerts.
Over the past 2 weeks, we've heard from everyone, including fans, protesters and organisers, but not directly from the man himself. However, this evening, Garth Brooks took to the stage in Nashville and addressed the 5-concert issue.
Everything was rocking. Every month over there, about every 6 weeks, you have a meeting where you have to pass their tests. Safety, people, rigging, everything. We've passed every one of those tests. Up to 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, it was nothing but love. And then came the thing where, hey, Garth, we're okay in 3 of them. You're going to have to figure out what to do with the other 2. I wish I knew where that came from. I wish I could tell you I saw it coming. Never did.
Garth Brooks repeated yesterday's call for 5 concerts to be allowed to go ahead.
I don't have a clue how we got here. All I know is that the powers who can fix it are not here. It's a simple yes. Open it up for 5 nights, let everybody have fun, then go to work on never letting it happen again if you want. Create your laws, create your guidelines, but don't sell a show to people and get their hopes up that you're going to just cancel on them. And that's okay. It's not okay for me. I don't agree with that's the way to treat people. And if the Prime Minister himself wants to talk to me, I will crawl, swim, I will fly over there this weekend, sit in front of him, I will drop on my knees and beg for those 400,000 people to just have fun and let them come sing.
RTE's Katrina Perry asked if he saw any solution to the issue.
Are there any other solutions that you think we could come up to do this? I mean, I heard there was talk maybe of doing matinees or perhaps coming back later in the year and doing 3 concerts now and 2 concerts later.
The system should be looking at itself, saying we have flaws and this is how it's done. You have a gentleman over there that's in a certain political position that has made his decision with all kinds of respect, and he's standing by that decision. My question is, let this gentleman do his job, but there should be somebody above this gentleman that can walk over and go, you've done your job. Now I'm telling you, we're going to allow these people to get to come and sing and have a great time. It's a simple yes is all it is. But for some reason, the system keeps throwing it back here. The problem isn't here. And the reason why it's a dark cloud, I can tell you this honestly. Anyone in Ireland, anyone on the planet is sad about this, you're not 1/1000th as sad as I am. Because I'm the real loser in this one.
And Sinead joins us now in studio. Sinead, you've been watching the entire press conference. What did you make of what Garth Brooks had to say?
Well, it really is rather extraordinary. You have to put it in context. This was a press conference that had been called some time ago. It was supposed to address issues like Garth Brooks going digital for the first time, Garth Brooks signing a new deal with Sony. These are all big issues in the country music circles and for fans of his music. But instead, you saw the beginning of the press conference completely dominated by essentially Dublin planning legislation. So he addressed the issue time and time again, very much talked about the system and that the system needed to be changed. And again, emphasising why he feels that he wants 5 to go ahead. I mean, the question that was coming from here a lot was, why doesn't he just do 3, or why can't that be worked out? But he is saying over and over again he sold that number of tickets, therefore that many people wanted to see him, therefore he wants all of those concerts to go ahead. So that was very strong. He did appear to be very genuine. He did appear to be quite emotional at times actually when he spoke about it. I'd say he didn't expect to be talking about Dublin either this particular day, but it was very much on his mind and to the forefront of all of the questions that have been asked. And again, very interesting Irish voices among the press today asking questions. Who knew that would happen? But very much the centre of what he was saying.
So can the Taoiseach expect a flying visit from Garth Brooks?
He was certainly very vehement in what he said. I would hope, however, that maybe there might be some answer, some resolution before that has to happen.
Thanks for that, Sinead.
The Lord Mayor of Dublin, Christy Burke, has said that he is hopeful of a positive outcome in relation to the Garth Brooks controversy as discussions continued this evening. City Council officials and representatives of Aiken Promotions are involved in the negotiations to try to find a solution. There's been speculation that 2 concerts could be added at a later date after Garth Brooks' World Tour.
Signs of a breakthrough and ways of revisiting the licensing decision came in the Dáil today when the Taoiseach, Joan Burton, said the government wanted a solution.
In the light of the facts that have come to attention, particularly in the last few days, in relation to the process, I believe that through discussion, and I certainly hope it will be possible to resolve this issue.
The consultation process had involved Gardaí as well. Today, an Oireachtas committee was told they had no objection to the Garth Brooks concert plan.
From the running of the event and the operation of the event, we were satisfied that the event management plan,
which was a 5-day plan at that time.
5-day plan. We were satisfied with the plan that it could run. The events could be run.
Pressure from a variety of business interests continued to grow.
I implore the Mayor, the Taoiseach, the mediators to put all heads together and come out with only one solution. We need these concerts.
And the residents' group that had been threatening legal action against the concerts now says it will facilitate them. But it is being stressed that any compromise will have to respect the integrity of the City Council's planning decision. Talks are expected to continue this evening between council officials and the promoters.
Let's talk to John, who joins us now from City Hall in Dublin. Those negotiations are still continuing. John, any indication of what sort of form a compromise might take?
No, that's all speculation. But what happened earlier on today, there was a meeting being set up between the mediator, Owen Keegan of Dublin City Council, and Peter Aiken. That was for 3 p.m, then it was put back to 5 p.m, and then it was cancelled. Now, that was considered a breakdown of negotiations and it was considered bad news. But then the Lord Mayor, Christy Burke, issued a statement saying that no, things are looking promising, and he was hopeful of a positive outcome. Now, that's all we know. After that, we just have speculation. You saw in the Dáil where the Taoiseach, Joan Burton, but also Minister of State, Joe Costello, were talking about adding 2 concerts at the end of Garth Brooks' World Tour. Also something that has been mooted, but again just speculation, was the possibility of matinees. But the main thrust of this is that it is looking good for a deal. You don't get that impression from listening to Garth Brooks' concert there, but this side of the Atlantic, there's hope that some sort of compromise can be worked out.